August the 14th, Michael Vaughan with Brian Acker. The markets have been creeping ahead in the last few weeks with horrible economic data to fuel them. What's going on?
Good news, bad news is good news, as they say. So, yeah, it hasn't been the economic numbers have not been robust, but everyone's anticipating with less than robust numbers, more QE3 is coming, more central bank easing. Now interest rates are zero, but whether they print more, expand their balance sheets, etc. So that's what everyone.
You're talking about North America, because in Europe they're slipping into recession, and the policy is still austerity.
Yeah, but Draghi came out 2 weeks ago with his famous "We'll do everything" to. Europe rallied hard on that, and I guess all the German politicians were on vacation because there's, 5 seconds didn't pass when someone from Germany, we don't know who's running what, but said, no, we're not going to do that. So actually, Draghi's comments were, there was no critical. Snappy reaction from a German potentate to quash it. So,
well, I had some friends from Germany over this summer, and I can tell you the mood there is not to give Greece a sou.
Yeah,
I mean, they just think they've been taken to the cleaners.
Absolutely, but at the end is over the last 2 years, whatever line the Germans have drawn, they've stepped over. So I think it's. The politicians just want to keep ahead of the German people.
But it's been 5 years they've been doing this.
Well, at least 2. Certainly in the U.S. has been 5 years. So, but I think on its own, the U.S. is getting it right. I think we've seen somewhat of a bottom in housing. I've seen this with my own eyes. And if it just wasn't for the lukewarm economic performance of China and obviously the European problems, I think this would be a whole different environment. But we still have lingering issues, headline issues, and I just look forward to, periods of rest. That's what we go along. We have crisis, full-blown crisis. Our clients get. The headline news is they want answers to the headline news, certainly in the newspapers, etc. We're on edge because our clients are on edge. But during downtimes like this, and I say downtimes, but just where the clients kind of relax, we kind of relax, and so we're kind of gearing up for the fall action, whatever may happen in the fall.
Well, we're still positive for the year.
Actually, we're up about 6.5% in the U.S., and that's great. But we're about 4 percentage points behind the S&P, only because of Apple.
Oh yeah.
We do have Apple.
Apple.
Yeah, we've always had Apple. We were up about 50-60% on Apple, but it's only 1% of the portfolio. Right. But when we compare our performance to, let's say, the Dow, which are large cap stocks, which we're large cap, and we're beating the Dow. The Canadian market, we're up almost 2.5%, but again, we're ahead of our benchmark, which is the S&P TSX 60. Right. So again, when interest rates are 1.5%, certainly positive returns, and looking at anything above that is, and also too, what we're mindful of is the volatility. The volatility has been quite a bit less in the portfolio. And if we can creep up with positive rates of return this year, maybe double digits, with
who wouldn't take that?
A lack of volatility, then I think everyone will be happy.
Election rally in the U.S.?
Yeah, it's. I couldn't believe Romney picked Ryan as vice president. I think that's a step backwards. But I think Romney had to get the base out. Yeah. The base wouldn't show up for him, so Ryan is the pick. But talk about a stark contrast of ideas, and I thought the election would be close, and it may be close yet, but even in selecting Ryan, keep in mind it's the Electoral College that elects the president.
Yeah, he's home and dry in those numbers.
I don't know if he even will carry Wisconsin. You have to wonder about that. But anyway, it's that may be good news for the markets in the sense that there's no squeaker at the presidential time. But we'll see. It's too early to call. I've been saying Obama would win, but maybe a squeaker. But now it's he may win by 2 or 3 percentage points. But in a presidential race, that's a huge gap in terms of winner and loser. So
it depends. The battleground states. You've got Apple in the portfolio. What about RIM?
We have a small amount in the Canadian equity. I've been posting about RIM on my blog for. I have 3 or 4 articles on RIM, but if again, you'll get this on the
that doesn't seem like the
blog.
kind of stable value stock that you would.
Oh, it's value.
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, it's value.
You got $1 billion in the bank or something.
Yeah, it's all predicated on this phone, and the market will decide before people will actually see the product. But the product's been out there. I know people who actually held the device, the new BB10. Yeah. And they love the device. Oh. They, of course, all of Android's apps work on it. So
doesn't lock up on you.
Well, as one said, it froze on them 3 times, but it's it's early days yet. It's the prototype, but no, again, from the market will decide if it breaks up through EBV -3, and again, for clients don't know that, but on my blog and stuff, I think that's worthy of investment if it does that, and certainly I may be recommending that on my blog, but we will see that, and we'll manage it appropriately, and certainly our Canadian equity. So.
Always great to talk to you, Brian. Hang in there. It's
yes.
Not the best of worlds, but the results aren't awful.
There you go.
I will see you in September. Thanks.
Mike, you look wonderful in short pants today.